Hello and welcome to Talking About Podcast. We're talking about anything and everything. Hello. It's me. Obviously. This time I kind of have a little bit of a heavier topic. I've been thinking about relationships a lot lately. The kinds like that we're all trying to make work while juggling everything else life throws at us. And if I'm being honest, the kind that can sometimes make you question everything you thought you knew about love and your person or your partner or whoever, as well as like about yourself. Is that feeling when you're deep in the thick of a relationship and it feels like it's starting to fray at the edges? You know what I mean? Like a blanket falling apart. Like when you're still in love with somebody, but everything around you, school, work, everything around you, like the pressures of even everyday life, makes it feel a little bit more distant. I think the hardest thing about being young in a relationship is that there's this idea that love should be easy. Like you're supposed to figure it out. And when things are hard, it's almost like you feel like you're doing something wrong. But when you're trying to balance your career, your classes, and your personal life with everything else, it can sometimes feel like the love you once had gets buried underneath like all of that stress. You know that feeling, the long hours at work, barely having time to breathe, let alone connect with somebody else? And then to add the weight of school on top of that, like your papers, your exams, your deadlines, your assignments, and suddenly everything feels like it's closing in. You feel like you're in a little cave and it's collapsing on you. You start to feel exhausted emotionally and even like physically drained. And that's when that like friction, I don't know if you can hear my hands rubbing together, between you and your partner, like honestly really starts to show. It feels like every bad quality starts to show. The little things that like used to make you smile or like laugh even like start to seem like frustrations. Those little nitpicky things start to become huge. The moments that you used to fucking cherish begin to feel like obligations. And you might even like start to wonder like, am I falling out of love with them, or is it the pressure of everything else that's making me really feel this way? And that right there, whoa, I just like absolutely punched the fuck out of the microphone. Anyways, in that right there, that doubt, that question is like what I've been really wrestling with lately. You start to question yourself. Like, I've been wondering if it's just me, if I'm the problem, or if your partner is the problem. But in reality, it's kind of just like the weight of everything around you that's like wearing you fucking down. And it's not the person you love, it's just life. And sometimes it feels like the stress from all of life's demands, like, kind of seeps in the relationship. It's that bleach that gets on everything, that contaminates everything. And it really begins to make you feel like you're not enough anymore. You start to wonder if you're truly connected to anyone or everything, or if it's just two people living in the same space, trying to survive day to day life. I've realized that when life gets overwhelming, love isn't always the first thing you think about. It's easy to get wrapped up in your own stress, kind of in your own exhaustion, and forget to nurture the relationship that means so fucking much to you and the person you're with. You start going through the motions instead of really being present with the person who's standing next to you. You kind of just start to shut down. Not because you don't care, but because you just feel so mentally drained like everything else. It's really fucking frustrating. You want to be there for your person, your partner, your friend, anybody. This honestly goes for everybody. You want to be the best version of yourself, but sometimes it feels like you're barely keeping together just to get through the day. And then the thought of adding more emotional weight to that, you fucking collapse. It begins to feel like way too much. But here's the thing, that's when you have to remember that love is just more than the good moments. Love is the moments where you're both tired, stressed, frustrated, and you still show up for each other. It's the quiet moments when you're both exhausted, but you choose to sit together. It's the small, like tiny little imperfect moments that we kind of often overlook because we're so caught up in everything else. It's the fact that they opened the trash can for you, or they helped you put away the dishes, or you guys both did the dishes, or they made you a plate for dinner, or they washed a fork for you so you don't have to use a spoon, you know? And when things get hard, it is honestly really easy to feel like you're falling out of love, or that maybe it isn't just working anymore. But sometimes it's not really falling, it's not just falling out of love. It's about forgetting to prioritize the things that matter most. Jesus, I can't say that word. It is not just your career or your grades or your to-do lists that are important or that you need to do. It's also the person you're sharing your life with. You can't forget to share your life with them, and you can't forget to have them on your to-do list, quote unquote. And I'm not just saying, oh, let me just go fuck my partner and hopefully that will make them feel physically in the relationship. It's not that. I think we kind of like often forget that love isn't just about the butterflies or the easy moments. It's honestly about pushing through the hard times. It's about making the effort when you're tired, when it seems like the world is just a little too heavy on your shoulders. It's remembering that relationships take work, and it's not just the big gestures, but the small everyday ones too, like the washing the fork for you, making your dinner plate. Sometimes showing love means just saying, I'm here, even if it's not the best right now. And maybe that's what makes it real. Not when everything is perfect, but when everything is chaotic and you're still holding on, trying to understand and support each other through everything and anything. So, if you're in a relationship and feeling the weight of everything and wondering if you're falling out of love with them, it's falling out of love with them because everything else going on in your life, just know that it's okay. It's okay to feel exhausted. It's okay to feel like you need space or to have your own space. It's okay to be frustrated, but it's also important to come back to each other, to talk it out, to remind each other why you're together in the first place. And at the end of the day, life is fucking hard. Work is stressful, college is overwhelming, and relationships take work. But through it all, I think we have to kind of learn more about who we are and who we want to be with. The challenges, the stress, exhaustion, it all becomes part of the story that we're telling together. So take that deep breath. It's going to be okay. And even when those days are long and tired and stressful, even before you walk into your space with your partner or your space in general, taking a moment to just not sit at the front door, just stand at the front door and close your eyes for a second and just distance yourself from work, distance yourself from college, distance yourself from something that's stressing you out at life and being like, this is my safe place. This is my safe place with somebody that I love, or this is my safe place that I share with somebody that I love, or this is my safe place that I get to just sit down and drink that Diet Coke, or I get to sit down and just say hi and just have that, oh, how was your day conversation with your partner or anything or anyone. Just taking that second to be like, okay, I'm out of work mode. I just need to chill and relax. I don't have to worry about the weight of the world anymore. And then stepping into your front door is what I mean by take a deep breath. For me, I ride a bike. I ride a bike to work. But for me, blasting my favorite music in my headphones and just singing along, forgetting that I had maybe a really shitty day at work, or forgetting that, oh shit, I have a paper due tonight that's really stressing me out. Just taking that little bit of time to like really honestly enjoy life for a second and then step into that safe space and being able to be like, okay, I can manage this a little bit more and I'm able to put a little bit more effort, or I'm willing to give you that extra 2% of who I am today. So, relationships are messy, life is messy, and sometimes we feel like we're losing ourselves in it all. But it's in those messy moments where we grow and we really find out what really matters. So, until next time, take care of yourselves and the people who matter the most to you. Thank you for listening to this episode. Give me a 5-star rating. Even if this episode fucking sucks, give me a 5-star rating and put it in the comments. Tell me why it sucks. Or tell me why it's good. So, anyways, that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and hope to catch you next time.